there, and welcome to The Explainer. You know how it is, right? You're just scrolling online, and then bam, a headline just jumps out at you. It's so bold, so specific, you just have to know what's going on. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to tear one of those headlines apart.
And here it is. This is the headline that sparked this whole explainer. Let me read it to you. Pi Network update. Today, Pi coin price prediction today, 2025. Pi Network could hit $314, what you need to know. Wow. Now look, if you're in the crypto world, you've seen headlines like this before. They're a dime a dozen. But this one's got some really interesting little details that we absolutely have to look at.
All right, so let's get right into it. That headline's got a lot going on, but let's be honest, there's one part that just completely grabs your attention, right? $314. I mean, come on. It's not 300, it's not 350, it's 314. You know, that's super specific. And yeah, it's almost certainly a little nod to the number pi, which is pretty clever. It makes it feel more official, more thought out. But that number is really just there to make you stop and ask, what on earth does a claim like this really mean for a project like Pi? Okay, so to really figure this out, we've got to do a little detective work. We're going to break this headline down piece by piece. If we look at each little part on its own, we'll get a way better idea of what they're actually saying, and maybe more importantly, what they're not saying. So first things first, the who. It's all about the Pi network. So right off the bat, we know this is a forecast for one and only one crypto project. And this is a big deal. We're talking about a project that's still in its enclosed mainnet. That's just a fancy way of saying you can't actually trade it on public exchanges yet. All right, next up is the when. The headline is super clear here. It's a price prediction for 2025. This part is so important. It's not talking about today or tomorrow. It's looking way down the road. It's not a fact. It's a guess about the future. And hey, credit where it's due, the source even calls it a prediction themselves. And then, of course, the big one, the $314. This is the what? This is the big, shiny number that's supposed to be the target. It's the value that the source is saying the network could, and that word could is doing a lot of work here, could maybe hit, you know, if everything goes perfectly. This right here is the hook. Okay, so we've taken the headline apart. We've got the who, the when, and the what. Now, let's zoom in on what is probably the most important word in this entire sentence, prediction. What does that word really mean, especially when you're talking about something you can't even buy or sell on the open market yet? Well, in the world of finance, and this is like doubly true for crypto, a price prediction is just a forecast. Think of it like a weather forecast. It's someone's best guess based on the data they have. Maybe the project's tech, its community, its goals. But just like a weather forecast, it is not a promise. It's not a fact. It's just an opinion of what might happen. And that brings us to a super important difference. You've got prediction on one side and guarantee on the other. They are worlds apart. A prediction is a maybe, a what if. A guarantee is a sure thing, a promise. And that headline we've been looking at, it is 100% in the prediction camp. Remember that word could? That's the language of possibility, not the language of certainty. Big difference. All right, let's pull all these threads together. Remember how the headline ended? It promised to tell us what you need to know. Well, after breaking it all down, I think we can actually deliver on that promise. So, when you boil it all down, what do you really need to know? Here it is. 1. This whole claim is only about the Pi network, which is in a very specific situation. 2. It's a prediction for the year 2025. It has nothing to do with today's value because, well, it doesn't have one on the open market. And 3, that $314 number, it's a guess. It's a speculative target someone threw out there. It's a sign of how hopeful the community is, for sure, but it is not a fact from the market. And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. When you see a headline like this, with a really bold prediction and a super specific number, ask yourself, what is its real job? Is it just trying to inform you, or is it trying to do something else? You know, to build hype, to get people talking, to get that all-important click? Figuring out the difference between those two things, that's the real key. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.